Diapering a baby is something you're going to do a lot. In fact, you're probably going to do it somewhere in the neighborhood of 6 to 10 times a day, depending on how much is going into your baby and how much needs to come out, how old they are. Some babies pee and poo more frequently than others and require more changing. So you want to think about that reality as you're preparing to welcome your baby, and think about your diapering routines. So the first things I'm just going to skip over. I've made some notes to help myself here. I'm going to show you a little bit about, we're going to go back to Bob. Hi, Bob. We're going to explain a little bit about diapers. These are disposable diapers. These are, we're just going to move Bob over. These are just your standard Pampers, I believe, Pampers diapers. These are for newborns, though. And I have not got my light on. Let me turn my light on here, and we can probably see better. Apparently, you're not plugged in at the moment. Okay, well, I guess we won't have our light going right now. So you can see this diaper. Let me show you what the parts are for this diaper. So if we open this diaper up, right, it has an inside, obviously, that is protected when folded, has an outside. It has a front. This is the front part. The front part does not have sticky tabs on it. The back part of the diaper does have sticky tabs right here. These are usually like little they're like little Velcro pads, so they're not really sticky. They're kind of grippy. And so there are little flaps. Little flap here at the back. So if we look really closely, can you see that difference? So it's almost like there's like absorbent padding in here, and then the rest is kind of papery. There's a little more thickness here, and then it's progressively more papery as it gets up to the flap. At the front, it's the same kind of thing. There is more absorbent padding here. There's a lighter layer of absorbent padding, and then this papery flap. Around the legs, there are these little elasticized areas around the legs that are designed to fit around the baby's chonky legs here at the top to prevent whatever is inside the diaper from coming out. All right. Now, for a newborn diaper, handy dandy tip, the front has this little drawing on it, although you may have a diaper that just has an overall design across the whole thing. Another thing that you want to note for a newborn diaper, and if you are considering using cloth, a lot of families actually do a combination of cloth with disposable diapers for their brand newborn babies. So within the first week, they often will use newborn diapers because newborn diapers have this very cool feature. They have, can you see that little yellow line? It's right here. This little yellow, I'll bring it closer to the camera. See, there's the little yellow line right here. See, make that, I'm going to try to make that more distinct. Here. It's like I'm in opposite world right now. Sorry. So that little yellow line is designed to indicate to you whether or not you have, whether or not your baby is actually peed. So I have a little water here. And let's imagine you have a baby and they pee in their diaper. You know, they have a good wet pee, even a little pee. what starts to happen as that wetness, you start to see the process happening in a moment. As that wetness moves through the diaper, it starts, I wonder if it's, yeah, there, it's starting to go. So where are we here? As the wetness moves through the diaper, this yellow line is going to start turning kind of bluey green colored. It's ever so slightly going to do that now. It's not super fast in its response, but we can start to see it changing color. Like, can you see the difference? It's really hard to see the difference. I'm sorry, but this is, in my view, in person, this part is bright yellow, like a bright buttery yellow, and this part is starting to go green, right? And I can feel, if I feel the diaper feels thick. It's got lots of pee in it. Newborn babies might not pee so much that their diaper feels thick and squishy, but it will, sorry, let's try to speed up this process. It will start to change color. So there we can see that color is definitely changing. So from that yellow at the back, oh, I wish I could get the light going. I don't know why my light is not working at the moment. But it is not. So, can you see that? Yeah, that's starting to look pretty greeny blue. So that's one of the really cool features of newborn disposable diapers that you're going to want to take advantage of. Now let's set this aside. This is one of our old diapers. We also have disposable wipes. Again, courtesy of Pampers. Thank you, Pampers, for giving us these wipes so that we can teach people how to diaper babies. But I hear from a lot of people, actually, if you're looking for a recommendation, that the Kirkland wipes from Costco are the bomb. You can buy a huge package of them, like get a box of them, and they'll last a very, very long time. So we talked about activating, like it's the pee that is activating this color change on the diaper. But pee is not the only thing that goes in here. Poop also goes in these diapers. And babies have, well, I think it's interesting. You might not think it's quite interesting, but babies' poop changes depending on their age, depending on what they're eating, and depending on their health. So when a baby is first born, they will have this green, glossy, very thick, very sticky poop that has a special name. It's called Meconium, and essentially it's made of lots of stuff, like little bits of hair and things. But the primary thing that especially colors it this green color is stomach bile, right? So if you just get a little smear of it, it should be like greeny colored. And if it's quite thick, if there's a lot of it, it'll look almost black. So if you've ever seen pine tar, it's quite like that, and it's very sticky like that. I recommend that when your baby is teensy tiny and has meconium, so brand new baby, that you use something like petroleum jelly or a good dollop of coconut oil. Honestly, that stuff cures everything. No, it doesn't cure anything specifically related to diapering, but it does make babies' bum really nice and moisturized and kind of a little slick so that the meconium can be easily wiped off of it. And as a person's mature milk comes in, or as they begin feeding their baby formula, that poop starts to change. Now, an exclusively breastfed baby, so that's a baby that doesn't eat anything else except human milk, then that baby will have poop that eventually goes from that thick greeny stuff to a mustardy yellow, like a very bright yellow mustard color, and with little white seeds inside it. Well, we call them seeds, but really they're teensy tiny little curds of milk solids. So that is mixed in throughout the poop, and that will be what your breastfed baby, what their poop will look like. Now that stuff stains, as does the meconium. So if you get it on your baby's clothes, then you should wash it out as normal, and then you can hang the thing that is stained with baby poop in the sun, and the sun will bleach out that stain. It's pretty amazing. So you don't have to use harsh chemicals or anything on your baby's clothes to get those kinds of stains out. Protein-based stains, I believe, which is mostly what your baby's going to be producing initially. All right, so that's a little word about the poop, and it changes over time. So it changes from the meconium into that yellowy, seedy color. If you are feeding your baby a mixture of milk, mother's milk, and formula, then you're going to end up with a more brownish looking poop. It's not quite as easy or pleasant to deal with. The cool thing about breastfed poop is it doesn't really have a terrible smell. It has a distinct smell, but it's really not burdensome. Whereas when you start to introduce other things to a baby's diet, their poop starts to get pretty gross. Now, your baby, as long as your baby is drinking either formula or human milk, they are going to have very, very soft stools. So essentially, it'll be like mush. So it'll be like if you took literally a container of mustard and squeezed it into the diaper. It will be that soft, semi-solid consistency. And it will remain like that until your baby is on an exclusive table food diet. By the time your baby gets to eating solids, when they're around 6 months old, their poop is going to change again, and it'll be it'll have more stuff in it. It'll smell bad. Won't appear very pleasant. So it becomes more challenging. So changing newborn diapers is a treat compared to changing a toddler's diaper. The other thing is that the poop responds to baby's health. So we can tell a few things from the baby's poop. If a baby who normally has very yellow, seedy poops, suddenly it changes color to green, then that's usually an indication that baby's not feeling great. Or if it suddenly is a little frothy, like, especially if it's green and frothy, that can be a sign that there's something going on with baby, or there's something going on with their breastfeeding experience that you will want to check into. So the other thing that's different about poop and pee that we want to think about is that male babies and female babies, or babies with penises and babies with vaginas, they have different needs from their diaper, or different sort of diaper, not really behaviors, because they don't necessarily control it. It's just a reality of their anatomy. But let's say, so we have lovely Bob here. Bob he's going to demonstrate for us. If he has a penis, then he's going to pee up in this area all the time, because babies with penises tend to wake up from naps with erections, which means everything's going to point upwards. So the pee is usually all up here in the front. Babies who have uteruses and vaginas, they pee down in little puddles underneath themselves. So you may find girl babies have wetter bottoms and boy babies have wetter fronts. This is important when you open the diaper up, because when you go to diaper a baby, when cold air, especially a brand new baby, like within the first couple of weeks, when cold air hits their genitals, when you open the diaper, they will pee. I don't know if it's the body's reaction to the cold air in an attempt to warm themselves up. That would make sense to me. I don't know. Or if it's just an automatic human response that the moment you wake up, your body needs to get rid of some, and you have an opportunity to pee, your body needs to get rid of some water. So just be mindful of that. I'm going to walk you through how to diaper a baby in order to maximize what we know about the anatomy of a diaper to make your diaper changes really nice and efficient. Because what you may discover is when you go to diaper your baby, they will often, the moment you open a diaper up and turn around to grab supplies, the baby will pee. And you'll end up ruining multiple diapers. And babies who've pooed often need a good 10 minutes or so before you can be sure that they're done, because they might go, have a pause, and then go again. So as a postpartum doula, a lot of times I have been caught off by this. And I go to diaper a baby, I open up the diaper, I get the new diaper on, and the baby hasn't finished going poo, and then they just start pooing again. So let's walk through a great way to diaper the baby. So when we come to the change table, I'm just going to move this out of the way. When we come to the change table, we're going to have a couple of supplies. Now, whether you use a diaper barrier cream or not is a personal preference. I kind of like not doing it unless there's like a real specific reason why I should be doing it. I always, I like to sort of err on the side of less stuff, less things to do. I'm a Gen Xer, so I've got a little bit of a slacker in me. But I kind of like to have no diaper cream on a baby's bottom, no powders or anything. If your baby is experiencing a diaper rash, then you may want to explore a couple of different options before settling on using a barrier cream. That's essentially what a diaper cream is. It creates a barrier between the baby's skin and the diaper. It's more effective when you create a barrier on clean, undamaged skin. But, and I know a lot of people will start to put it on when their baby gets a rash. But rashes really need to kind of air out a bit. So the first thing I recommend to my clients when they say that their baby has a diaper rash is to look at and see, because there's two different kinds of diaper rashes usually. There's one diaper rash where the pee and the poo and the chemicals from the diaper can really irritate the baby's bottom. And then there's a diaper rash for a baby who has thrush, which is essentially a yeast infection that is being passed between the mother and the baby through the active nursing, because it comes in through the breast milk. So that kind of a rash, usually around the bottom, there will be like a bright red angry ring, and the edges of the ring will often look a little blistery or a little raw. So if that's what's going on with your baby's bottom, then you want to check in with your midwife or your family practitioner about treating you and your baby for thrush and examining like if that's the correct diagnosis. If your baby's bottom just looks angry and red, but not necessarily raw, then it's probably their bottom is very sensitive. And I would recommend that in that case, that you try a couple of different types of diapers if you can, if it's financially feasible for you, because those diapers are going to, like some diapers have different types of chemicals in them that when mixed with the urine creates an irritant for some babies. So, we did at the last Hamilton Pride event, we had a diaper changing station that was free for all families who were attending, who could come, and whether their baby was a toddler or a tiny baby, they could come and change their baby's diaper for free using all of our diapering supplies. And we had a variety of diapers available to people. And it was fun talking to everyone because people had very specific preferences. Some people loved the diapers like your standard Pampers diapers, or some people really loved more eco-friendly diapers like 7th generation. There were some people who really loved the Walmart brand. I can't remember. It has a funny name now, but they're really cute diapers, actually. I had a lot of people. I was a little surprised because I didn't think that a store brand version would be very widely preferred, but a lot of people did prefer it. And then other folks really love the Kirkland diapers. So back in my day, there were diapers as well, like Huggies. They're still Huggies, but there's also the PC brand diapers. There's Hello Bello, right? I always get that wrong. So there's a lot of variety out there for you to test out and see which one you like best. All right, so I've brought Bob to diaper him on the table. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my wipe. Whoop, it's over here. These wipes, see, they have, it's really hard to see, but they have this clear, if you are just using the package like this, and this is just a sample pack, but they have like a little tab and you pull it forward and then pull the diaper out. You're probably going to be buying potentially like a packet that comes with, one of the plastic holder cases, and then you can get, a big box of Kirkland or something to then put the individual like plastic wrapped packets into it to replace. So the first thing I do is take it out and I'm going to scrunch it up in my hand because, cold stuff on baby's bottom and genitals is not very pleasant. I know for myself, if something very cold and wet was to be wiped on my bottom, that would be a little shocking, especially in the middle of the night if I'm super sleepy. So I will take this and warm it up just in my hand while I'm getting the rest of my stuff together. Now, you may wish to opt for a wipe warmer. That's cool. But again, I kind of like low-tech solutions to stuff. And we're going into winter, so the diaper wipes are going to be cold in the middle of the night as they sit about. So I'm going to get that, and I'm going to get my diaper. What I will do is, leaving Bob in his soiled diaper for a moment, I'm going to open up my new diaper, opening up the back side with the tabs, right? These little Velcro tabs. I am going to either lift the baby's bottom and slip it under, or I'm going to roll the baby to the side and slip it under his bottom. You can do either option. There is like a theory that that by lifting the baby's legs often, we're putting a lot of pressure on the vagus nerve, which is a nerve that runs through our bodies and is exposed close near the lower back. It's one of the reasons why they don't want people who are pregnant sleeping flat on their backs, because they can put a lot of pressure on this nerve, and an artery that is runs with it causing some problems and reducing oxygen flow to the baby during pregnancy. But for us humans in general, a lot of pressure on that area over time, it is possible for it to cause some damage. That's the theory. Now, I'm not saying that that theory is correct or that it's wrong, but that is one theory, which is why some people like to roll their babies to the side when they're cleaning and when they're slipping the diaper under the bottom. And some people just prefer to lift the legs up. So again, what I'll do is I've got my, I've got my wipe in my hand, and then I can lift the baby's legs with the other hand, and then slip the diaper underneath. Now I've got a fresh, clean diaper here ready to go, so I can open up this diaper. Now, by having the fresh, clean diaper underneath, I am going to be able to get this baby cleaned up faster and get the new warm diaper back onto them quicker, hopefully, than they can respond to the cold air. So we have unsnicked these tabs. We're going to open up the diaper by peeling it open, and I'm going to wipe along the outside. I'm going to wipe around the leg creases. I'm going to lift or roll the baby and wipe their bottom, and I'm going to wipe downwards. This is especially important for baby girls. With baby girls, if they're particularly dirty, we just want to wipe everything towards the back. We do not want to wipe from the back upwards, okay? So we're wiping towards the back, making sure we get everything. I can then put my dirty wipe inside the old diaper, fold the old diaper over, and take it away. Let's just put this old diaper back for a moment. If this old diaper is full of poop, I might also, when I open it, I might also just use the diaper itself to scoop all the solids down into the old diaper, folding it inside, right? So we fold the front underneath the baby's bum, and then we can use our wipe to wipe the baby up, making sure they're nice and clean. Again, I'm going to put my wipe here. I can take this away and put it to the side to be cleaned up, and then very quickly flip the new diaper up so that my babies aren't going to start peeing. Now, when I go to do this diaper up, I want to do two specific things. Those flaps, so there's that paper flap there, and there's one at the back. I'm going to flip them inwards toward the baby, so down and inwards like this. The reason I do that is because babies sometimes pee and poo with such force that the poo will come shooting out the legs, out the top of the diaper. You will, I promise you, one day you will open at least one diaper or go to pick up your baby and realize they have poo up in their underarms, or they have poo coming out the back of their neck. So when you fold that bit over at the front and the back, you're helping to prevent that poop from shooting up their back, and you're helping to prevent, especially when you have a baby with a penis, you're going to help prevent that pee from going straight up their shirt, okay? So then we're going to take our strap here, or a little tab, our sticky tab, or Velcro. I always think of it as sticky. They used to be sticky. Now they're all that grippy tab. So we're going to take our grippy tab and we're going to put it, depending on how big our baby is, we're going to put it at least in the middle of the diaper. And conveniently, we have this little cartoon character. You can see little This is Baby Elmo, I think. So this little cartoon character, or just past it. So let's do that because we want the diaper to be really snug. Okay. So then we're going to take the other grippy tab and we're going to overlap it. Okay. In the same spot. So just past or right at that little center mark. Now, when we do that, we can see Bob, his diaper is quite snug. It's not loose. So if I see a lot of people make the diaper tabs meet, and now we have pockets here. Like this is a very loose diaper. If I gave it a little tug, the whole diaper would slip right down. Sorry, like bring that diaper back up. And it'll be so loose that like pee and poo will come shooting out of there very easily. So, but if we do it quite snug, see, and again, if you look at that tab, that's all elasticized there. So it's meant to sort of stretch and mold around your baby's waist. And I don't want you to get worried that by diapering snugly around the waist, you're going to hurt the baby. The baby actually really prefers to have a little snugness on them. It'll make them calmer. So, and then see, we have no gaps anymore when we're looking at this baby. No gaps in the diaper and no gaps around the legs, right? They're nice and snug in there. And so if we just sort of pull the leg back, and yes, it's a very unnatural way to pull a baby's leg, so you wouldn't want to do that. But we can see like the diaper has these, not just like it's got the little edge of the diaper here at the leg hole, but then there is that little bit of elastic. Let me get my finger out of the way. That little bit of elastic there inside. Again, another little poop catcher there so that the poop doesn't go shooting out the leg holes. So now my lovely baby Bob has gotten a nice fresh diaper. And I can now take my soiled diaper with my soiled wipe, and then I can very simply sort of roll it, wrap it, and dispose of it in the container of my preference. Now, some people will get one of those Diaper Genie type pails. So there are lots of different containers specifically made for diapers that often have special kinds of like disposal bags in. I think the Diaper Genie creates what we often call the diaper sausages. So it puts the diaper into like a little plastic sleeve, and then through the act of either closing or opening the diaper holder, like the receptacle, it sort of twists the little plastic tubing so that it's not really a tube, it's like a little sleeve garbage bag thing. It twists it like a little sausage. And then when you go to throw it all in the garbage, you'll have these like interconnected sort of diaper sausages to dispose of. You can do that. You can also use a grocery sack and hang it off the edge of the diaper table, the changing table. You don't have to even have a diaper changing table. You can use just a little diaper changing pad or a blanket that you move from space to space. Some people also opt to just use a pack and play in the main area of their home as a diaper changing station. Those are all different kind of options that you can figure out depending on what your space requirements, your financial ability, and your preferences are for how you set up your space to diaper your baby. I highly recommend having a couple of really nice looking baskets that you keep a set of diaper supplies in. So you might want to have a couple piles of diapers, a couple of these. And if you do use anything on baby's bottom, or you want to have it in reserve in case you decide to use it occasionally, have all of your supplies in a basket. Have a couple of these baskets, and then you can have one in the baby's living area, in your living room area, in your bedroom, all the different places where you might be changing a baby in those early days. It makes it a lot easier than constantly hiking over to where the official diaper changing area is, when often sitting down and changing the baby on your bed or on the sofa or on the floor or even on the dining table in a pinch is much easier and convenient for you. If you have any diaper changing questions, please leave them in the comments and we will absolutely come back and answer them for you. I want to thank you very much for joining me, and I hope that you found this very helpful in helping you get ready for diapering. It's not as bad. It's not so bad. In fact, it's an activity that I enjoy, changing diapers. It gives me a chance to talk to the baby and connect. It gives us something to do. And sometimes in those early days, it feels like in those down times when the baby's awake, but not necessarily feeding, sometimes it feels like you can be scrambling to fill the time. And a diaper change is a nice moment in the day when you can do that. Sing to the baby, talk to the baby. You can even narrate what you're doing to the baby, saying, "Hey, Bob, I'm going to change your diaper. I'm just going to get a new diaper for you. Oh, look at that." And narrate things for the baby. That's how humans learn to be human. That's how we start picking up language, is from our parents talking to us regularly. So that is definitely something you can be doing with your baby. Thank you again for joining me. I look forward to having you join us in the future. Next week, I believe we'll be talking about the importance of community for new parents, and we hope you'll be back for that. Bye for now.